Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sumner, also known as Sum the Bookworm, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys another book haul. So my husband and I went out of town this weekend for a family reunion, and of course we had to visit all of the local bookstores that we possibly could. So I live in Virginia, so the reunion was up in Northern Virginia. So we got to go to Manassas, Alexandria, and also Woodbridge and visit a couple of different bookstores there. I had a couple of places in mind that I really wanted to go to that we were able to, and then also we ended up visiting some stores that I didn't even know about until we got there. So I'm really excited to share with you guys what I ended up getting and what these books are about. First up, I will go ahead and tell you I went to this really cool bookstore called McKays. I don't know if this place is a chain one or not, because I know that there are McKays, I think that there are at least local, they're bookstores. I know there's one in North Carolina not too far from me, but this one was recommended to me by a friend who is from the area, and so I was like, hey, where's some good bookstores and coffee shops? And they were like, you gotta go to McKay. So we said, okay, cool, we'll go check it out. It was such a cool store. They had mostly used books and they were cheap. I mean, talking about the Divergent series for 99 cents a book, that is such a good deal. So of course I had to find a couple of books. Starting off with the books that I did end up picking up, I picked up The Fountains of Silence by Rita Sepetys. I have read her Between Shades of Grey and then also Salt to the Sea book. So I've eyed this one for a couple of years now. It's been around for a while, but I saw that they had it for $1.62. So I said, absolutely, I will be picking that up 100%. This book essentially follows the time frame of the Spanish Civil War. Most of her books that I've read by far have followed World War II and in that era. So I think that this will be really good. I would say Rita Sepetys is the Kristen Hanna of YA historical fiction. She does a really good job of her research and really taking you into her stories and everything. So I'm really excited to read this one and just see what it's about. All right, so I also picked up Rebel Witch, which is the second book in the Crimson Moth series. So if you weren't aware, I'm supposed to be reading Heartless Hunter this month for part of my TBR pick. So I don't own this one yet, but it was $9.49. So I said, yep, I will definitely be picking this up because I also was hoping to start Heartless Hunter this past weekend. I didn't start it, but now I have both of them. So I know that I can dive straight into the next book after I can dive straight into this after I finish Heartless Hunter. So obviously I don't know much about what this one is because it's gonna have spoilers from the first book, but Heartless Hunter I know follows a witch and it's supposed to be enemies to lovers and it's YA, and so I'm really excited to read that one. So that's what I got from McKay's. Now I also went to a couple other bookstores. I didn't buy anything from them just because there wasn't anything that was necessarily catching my eye, but they were really pretty inside. So I went to Friends to Lovers, which I have seen so many people talk about, and it was such a cute store. They had some really cool things. It was just super bright and colorful inside, and I got to go in there with my mom and everything, so it was really fun. And then we also went to, I think it was Old Town Books, and they also had a really cool selection and everything, and just seeing how the stores were set up too, because it is in downtown Alexandria, so the stores are a little bit more on the older side and they just have a really cool feel to them. But they also had a kid section too, so I ended up buying my sister butter earrings because she's obsessed with the butter squishy toys right now, and they literally had these super cute little butter earrings, so that's what I ended up getting for her. And then of course we went to Barnes & Noble in Manassas because I love seeing different locations and everything. We ended up going there, and I did end up buying books there just because they had what I had been looking for quite a while, and I hadn't seen these at any of the other bookstores. So we went to Barnes & Noble and I ended up picking up Female Fantasy. I'm not even going to say the author's name because I know I'm going to butcher her name, but basically this follows our main character Junie, and she is trying to find her happily ever after, but she can't help but compare all of the men that she's gone out on dates with to like her favorite book boyfriend and her favorite fantasy series, and then she finds out that the author based this character on a real person, and so it kind of just follows the story from there. I listened to a podcast about this book, and that's why I like wanted to pick it up, because it just sounded really cool. She described it as kind of campy, so I just think it's gonna be like a really fun like romance with a little bit of like fantasy book in there, and I think it'll be really relatable. Anytime that there's like a book about books, I'm like, yes, give it to me. So really excited about this. Also, the cover is super cute with like her and then the like merman type of looking guy. Like, I don't know, I just think it looks really good and I'm really excited about it. I also picked up Seek Immediate Shelter by Vincent Yu. It's one of the Discover Prize winners of the year. This is his debut novel. Basically, Seek Immediate Shelter follows a couple of different characters. They all get a text message saying that you need to seek immediate shelter. There's a missile headed your way, and everybody responds completely differently to this message. So like one guy, he's like, come on, like telling his wife and kids we gotta get in the car, and they're not moving fast enough, and he drives away. Another, there's a neighbor who is like knocking on their other neighbor's door, and they're like, please let us in, like we need to seek shelter with you guys, and they're like, nope, sorry, we don't have room, can't come in. And then they get a text message saying false alarm, and now they all have to deal with the consequences of their behaviors. It just sounds like it's gonna be really, really good. I think it's gonna be a really thought-provoking book. My husband also got a copy of this. What we'll do is we'll end up giving it to like one of our friends, so we don't want to keep 2 copies of it. I think this will be a really good book to buddy read together. It sounds like if you've read The Measure by Nikki Erlich, then this would be a really good book to read. The Measure follows like people who find out the lifespan of their lives based on a string that appears on their doorstep, essentially. Again, another very thought-provoking book. I've heard nothing but raving reviews about this, so I'm super excited to finally read it and see what happens, just because it sounds super intriguing. All right, that's everything I have for you guys today regarding a book haul. It was a small one, but the weekend was a lot of fun. Visiting bookstores was a lot of fun, as always. If you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you never miss when I post a video. And I will see you guys later. Bye!